I'm Jas.
And I'm Serena.
We quit our jobs, cancelled our wedding, and are using our wedding fund to travel the world.
People might think we're crazy, and maybe we are.
Never come here. Never. Things won't always go to plan.
But that's what life's about.
Experiences, for better
or for worse.
We'll face our fears and rediscover what life is all about.
And we invite you to join us on our wild adventures
as we travel through this magical country. Welcome back to episode 5 of our travel adventures. Now, if you watched the last video, you'll know that this video is all about our tour that we did in Koh Phi Phi, which ended up being one of the best days of our lives.
Yes, it actually was. So we went with a company called Arisa, and the first stop on the tour was a little place called Monkey Island, and it's exactly what you think it is.
Now, after Monkey Island, we decided to go snorkeling, but this is where things go terribly wrong for me because I can't actually swim. So I spent most of the time just panicking and struggling in the water, and Serena, who hadn't swam for
over 10 years, rediscovered how much she loves water. I love the water.
Now, because I was struggling so much in the water, one of our tour guides, Bao, who's amazing, he decided to grab the GoPro from my hand because what I was filming was just blah, 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 and he went down and took some amazing shots like this.
So Mosquito Island was next. We couldn't actually go on the island because there's coral conservation going on around it. I think for 5 years, no one's allowed to step foot on the island. Not that you want to anyway. There's basically a cave and it's dark because of how many mosquitoes there are, not because there's no light in the cave.
Then next we set off to have lunch on Bamboo Island. We've stopped off on an island to have lunch, and this island is absolutely insanely gorgeous. Like it's so beautiful. Yeah, I don't know if you can be able to see me because it's super blown out. This sand is so white that you can't see anything. It's just so overexposed, just reflecting it off. The water here is so blue, it's insane. And yeah, this tour is actually really, really good. And it's super cute how you just eat over there and have lunch. Now next we went to Viking Cave, where our guide actually told us that people live in the cave for 3 months at a time to harvest and protect these bird nests, which are for a Chinese delicacy, which is just called bird's nest soup.
And the cave looks like it's going to be broken soon, right? You see like something like down, but still like that.
Now our guides really did try their best to make our trip as pleasant and private as possible. So there were many times when he said to us, guys, we're not actually going to stick to the plan because Maya Bay has just got too many people. At one point he said there was like 2,000 people on the beach after he made some calls. So he said we're going to rearrange some things so that you can get all these places to yourself, which we greatly appreciated.
High tide right now. We're going to come back here again at like after Maya Bay. Then the people they get off like that. Then we come. So right now we're going to take you guys to here 30 minutes. Then we go to sea shark. Maya Bay still a lot of people right now.
Unfortunately, we didn't actually manage to see the sharks, but Matt and Bao both came in the water and they went off, and every now and then they'd just pick up like, sharks! And you try and swim after, but the water was a bit choppy and close to the rocks, so we didn't go too close.
But we don't have any footage of this, unfortunately, because the water was so choppy. Serena kind of just stayed with me and babysat me because I was struggling in the back. So after Shark Bay, we headed off to go visit Maya Bay, which was recently reopened because it had been closed for a couple of years because tourists had basically destroyed the entire beach. It got massively famous because of the Leonardo DiCaprio movie called The Beach, which I'm sure some of you would have seen.
Or have read the book.
I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me because of the wind, but all the other tour groups have left, and now it's just our tour group and a couple of one or two random people, but we've basically got the entire place to ourselves. This is insane. And what's mad is that in probably a year's time we will never get this opportunity again to be able to have the whole beach to ourselves. Essentially, there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of us. 10 of us. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Wow. I love this tour group. The tour guide really hooked it up because he didn't stick to the schedule. He just said, do you know what? I want you guys to enjoy this. So
he phoned a friend.
He phoned a friend and he got us here later. And when all the tourists had left, and now we've just got this whole place to ourselves. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Now, I don't know if you've seen the movie. We have, and we love the movie. I had to recreate the scene from it. So of course we did the cheesy thing, and we sat on the beach and looked out playing the famous song from the beach. We did recreate the famous ending and done the photo, so here it is. Whole beach to ourselves, what do you think?
I like it. It's weird, we've not finished yet.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, this is one of the best days of my entire life.
After that, we went to go watch the sunset at Pileh Lagoon. So now we're at the lagoon, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this place. How deep is it?
17.
17.
17 meters.
17.
You can
wow.
see some small fish like pirate fish. It's really one. But it's nothing to see here, no coral reef, no animal, no fish, no. Just a small fish. I'm just stop here for swimming and jump off on the boat. Backflip.
And backflip, yeah?
Backflip, yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's okay. I landed on my balls.
So incredibly, again, we had it all to ourselves, and it was honestly one of the most relaxing.
Yeah, it was so peaceful.
Now after the sunset, we went to go view the bioluminescent plankton, which ended up being one of the worst parts of the trip, only because it's just where all the tourists kind of gathered together. So pulled up, there was about 5 boats there, got in the water, was shoulder to shoulder in the water with like a million tourists, and I didn't know what was going on, and we didn't.
It wasn't good for the fact that you hadn't swum in water, and now you're just like claustrophobically just being surrounded by people in the dark, because they had to turn all the lights off as well.
It was so we didn't spend too long there. We left and then headed back to land, and yeah, we actually didn't want the day to end, and because our group was so amazing, we all got on with each other really well, and because our tour guide was just so fun, we all decided to have a night out, and we had yeah, what a night out it was. And to finish the day, we just sat on the beach with Matt, and we all just had one big, deep, meaningful conversation. Learned about Matt, about his life, how much he loves his job, and seeing the smiles on our faces. And it was just the perfect way to end a beautiful day. Now, again, I need to do a special shout out to Arisa, Matt, and Bao for just being, you know, and the rest of the guys on the tour. There was other people that was on the boat as well, but Matt and Bao especially, you guys, I know you're watching this because I've probably sent you the video. Got to say thank you so much for giving us one of the best experiences of our lives. Honestly, Matt, your kindness and your care, yeah, your kindness, your care.
Because even on the night out, he wasn't working. We were taking him out to treat him. He was still in his mind counting how many of us there were. Like, I dropped my bag at one point, he was holding on to it when I turned around. So he was still trying to make sure we were having a good time, even though we had taken him out.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, I feel like we've made a new sort of friend for life there. And Matt, anytime you want to come to London, you give us a shout, come stay with us. And yeah, thank you again. Also, shout out to Bao, who didn't really speak any English, but didn't need to. He was a massive troll. Just took the piss out of everyone, especially the whole time.
Particularly you.
Particularly me, because I couldn't swim as well. He was just there, just like would pretend to drown in the water.
That's what we mean. Amazing. Amazing.
Dad, he was just so funny, such a great guy. And every time we went in the water, he went with us, and yeah, just Bao, never changed.
I found Nemo, I found Nemo.
Yeah, exactly. You're just so fun. You're just such a fun guy. Oh man, love that guy. He's so great.
we agreed between ourselves, and we ended up speaking as we were all floating and relaxing in the lagoon. We could never do the tour again because it was such a perfect day that if we were to do it again, I don't think it would never be the same again.
Also, another point to that is we got everything to ourselves.
Yeah.
Now, I can't explain to you how rare that is because everyone else who we'd spoken to and met in Thailand were just like, oh, I went to Maya Bay, it was packed full of people, wasn't that great? And when we told them we had it to ourselves, everyone was just in shock. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where we'll never do it again. I don't think we'll ever experience anything like that again. And I don't think many people will experience that. So, yeah, that's just for us and a moment that we'll remember for the rest of our lives. On the next episode, we are going to Rearranging, which ended up being one of our favourite places in Thailand. So remember to please comment, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell to see what happens next. And here's a little sneak peek of that video.
Monkeys.
Peace.